The Heybike Hero is truly one of a kind. This full suspension fat tire e-bike has a carbon fiber frame and style for days. The model I have here in the shop has a 1,000-watt hub motor with 100 Newton meters of torque. And they say that it can go over 31 miles an hour.
41! Holy sh!
We'll see about that when we take it outside and test all of these. Now the bike comes in 2 different frame models and 2 different motor configurations. You can check those out and even buy one with the link in the description. But wait! Before you go spending your hard-earned cash on this new steed, let's build it, take a close look at all the parts you get with it, and see how heroic this bike really is. So as of filming this video, the bike is currently on sale on Indiegogo and you can get early bird pricing on it. The bike that was sent to me is a prototype and the production model is going to have a few different changes. As far as I can tell, the frame and most of the parts are all going to be the same. And so is the motor and the battery that's in my prototype. What is going to be different when you get the production model is this integrated bar, stem, display, and headlight unit. The other cool thing that new display allows you to do is sync up with the Heybike app. This enables you to fine-tune all the settings on the bike, from all the pedal assist modes, the top speed, and the torque of the bike. It also has GPS tracking so you can get turn-by-turn navigation and record all of your rides. Starting with the important stuff, here's where you hide the battery. Oh, it's got a power switch right here and a USB output so you can charge your devices. It's a UL certified 48 volt, 18 amp hour battery that charges all the way up in only 4 hours. That's fast. Compared to the regular 2 amp chargers most of the other brands give you, this 4 amp charger is a really nice touch. The beefy rear hub motor here is labeled with 48 volts and 1,000 watts of nominal power. The bike rolls on a beefy set of 26 by 4 inch wide Chow Yang off-road tires, and these have the new hippo skin to protect against flats. Also, I don't know if you can see this, but the sidewall of the tire is reflective, so you can get some extra visibility at night. For the drivetrain, you get a 9-speed Shimano cassette, a 9-speed Shimano Altus derailleur, a 9-speed Shimano rapid fire shifter, and a massive chainring. And we're gonna need something this big if this bike is as fast as they say it is. Like I said earlier, this bike is full suspension. So here's where they hide the rear shock. It's an air shock, so you can tune this thing with as much or as little air pressure as you need. Seat post is adjustable all the way to here. But for me, I'm gonna be more like down here. Looks like the same saddle we had on the Horizon. Big, wide, and soft. Now, if you didn't know any better, you could mistake this bike for a mid-drive. But on this model, this is where they hide the controller and all the wiring. You can check out the mid-drive motor with 160 Newton meters of torque with the link in the description. Look at how sleek this frame is. Just beautiful. So right now I've got the battery out of the bike, but you could charge it on the bike using this port right here. Up front, you get a nice beefy suspension fork with preload and a compression lockout. Here's the big integrated headlight. We'll turn it on in just a bit, but first let's check out the controls. On the right side, you've got a rubber grip, quarter twist throttle, your 9-speed Shimano rapid shifter, and RSX hydraulic disc brake levers. These feel great and have all the settings you need to dial in no matter how big or small your hands are. On the left side here, you get another rubber grip, your horn, and your plus and minus buttons to go up and down your pedal assist modes. So my prototype here has got its own bar and stem and its own display. As far as I know, the production models are going to look different here. Finally, let's check out the brakes. These are 4-piston RSX hydraulic disc brakes that bite onto 180mm rotors front and back. Looking at the rear swing arm of the bike here, it's obvious that Heybike is going to have some sort of fender system, maybe even a racking system to go over the rear wheel. My prototype here didn't come with one though. Here's what a 5'9" dude looks like sitting on it. I can reach the ground flat-footed. And if I want decent stretch out of my legs, I can just raise the seat up, pass through, and get nice extension. Battery's full now. Let's turn the bike on and see what the display looks like. Let's see what the headlight looks like against the wall. Nice. Nice and sharp projector headlight. Now your display is going to be different, but here's what I'm going to be using for the ride. Looks like the bike has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different pedal assists. And let's see how much speed we can get without any weight on the bike. "40 miles an hour? No way. Okay, I think I've seen enough. Let's take it outside for a spin and see what it's got in the tank. All right, boys and girls, today we are on the Heybike Hero. So let's get one thing out in the open. This is a prototype model. The production model is gonna be totally different up here. From the pictures that I saw, the screen is gonna be integrated into the stem and bar combo. It's gonna be really nice and sleek. But as far as the bike goes, from what I'm told, this is exactly what you're gonna get. 4-piston hydraulic disc brakes, 26x4 fat tires, carbon fiber frame, dual suspension. Oh, I almost forgot. 1,000-watt geared hub motor. And from what I saw, this thing can go fast. So let's see what kind of speed we can get going downhill. Is this motor gonna be restricted? 30, 32, 34, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42 miles an hour. Holy sh**. Oh, pardon my pirate mouth, but that's as fast as I've ever gone on a bicycle. Time for the hill climb. Here's our fire hydrant. I've got it in pedal assist number 5. I weigh 185 pounds right now with the gear I'm wearing, maybe 190. 15-degree hill here. No pedaling. Let's see what we can do. Got up to about 21, 22 miles an hour from the hydrant. And we are holding 16 miles an hour. Now the motor on this bike is the hub motor. From what I read, it's 1,000 watt and 100 Newton meters of torque. It feels really powerful. Man, no problems whatsoever. For a 48 volt system here, this has a lot of power. So let's go to Test Drive Island. We'll unlock the bike, test out all the pedal assist modes, and see what kind of top speed we can get from the Heybike Hero. All right, boys and girls, made it on to Test Drive Island. I've got the bike unlocked, I think, through the app here. You've got all your settings. You can personalize the bike to your liking, kilometers or miles an hour. You can set your user top speed. I've got mine set to all the way to 28 miles an hour. You can turn the throttle speed limiter on and off, and then through each one of your level of pedal assists, you can set a certain top speed. And then down here you've got your pedal assist sensitivity. How cool is that? Okay, so pedal assist 0. Let's see what this bike is like to pedal. I'm gonna go in the granny gear here and start pedaling. Well, it's not fun, but it's not too bad, right? You can get a couple of gears down, but this is a lot of weight to be pushing with your legs. So let's go to pedal assist number 1. Here's the power. And from what I can tell, this bike doesn't have any restrictions for the pedal assist. Like, look at this. I'm over 20 miles an hour right now already in pedal assist number 1. How about the throttle? Pedal assist number 1 right now. Let's go throttle only. See what the bike gives me for speed. Oh, there we go. So 15 miles an hour on the speedometer. We're 2 miles an hour slower on the bike speedometer than my GPS. So that's good. 17 miles an hour in pedal assist number 1. Let's go to number 2. This brings me up to 23, 24. Number 3. 27 miles an hour. Number 4, there's more power. Look at this.
30 miles an hour, 31 miles an hour on the GPS in pedal assist number 4. Number 5. I got more. Yes, it's got more. 32 miles an hour. Wow, look at this. 32 miles an hour on the Heybike Hero. Throttle only. 33 miles an hour I saw. Guys, the ride on this bike is super smooth. I've got the right amount of air pressure. It feels good for my weight. Easy to set up. Okay, let's test the brakes. There's my marker. I need to stop before that. I've got 20 feet to where I'm going to apply the brakes. Let's see if the Heybike Hero can get up to 28 miles an hour, slam the brakes on right here, and stop before the 20-foot marker. Let's turn around, get up to speed, and see what these RSX hydraulic disc brakes can do. Okay, now remember guys, my display is 2 miles an hour slower than actual speed. So I'm gonna try to get up to about 26 miles an hour and slam the brakes at that first marker. (20, 23, 24, 25. Oh, yep. Okay, what's happening here in terms of braking is absolutely perfect on an e-bike. 4-piston calipers, 180 millimeter disc. I mean, the disc could be a little bit larger, sure, but you guys heard me skid there, right? I can lock up easily. And these tires hook up to the pavement perfectly. I stopped well before the 20-foot marker. I've still got about 6 feet left. Absolutely perfect. Time to take this thing off-roading. Hopefully I can get onto the beach. All right, let's go. Oh man, it is so smooth. The one thing with this suspension, I mean, it's kind of a good and a bad. It's super soft suspension, so it's very comfortable on the little bumps. You don't feel anything, but being so soft, it's fairly easy to bottom out. So kind of a catch-22, right? All right, let's go. Woo! Wow. All right, let's see what a 100 Newton meter, 1000 watt geared hub motor can do on this beach. The sand here is super loose. I'm accelerating on the sand. This is insane. Oh my God. I have never felt this before. Accelerating on the sand. This has never happened to me before. Wow. How good is this? Carbon fiber dual suspension frame on an e-bike with a 1000 watt motor and 100 Newton meters of torque. I don't know if you guys can tell, but this guy is in a good place right now. This bike is so much fun to ride. All right, let's have some fun. Woo! Oh my God. Whoa. Whew. What a beautiful day. Okay, let's see if the Hero's got enough torque and power to get us off the beach. I mean, I know we have enough torque and power to get us off the beach. Let's take the long way around. This is crazy, accelerating on this loose sand. Wow. I have never felt that on a bike. It is so good. I really hope they sell a set of fenders. I can't see them not giving you this bike without a set of fenders. It'd be kind of silly. I know all their other bikes have good fenders on there, so I'm sure it's just an anomaly here since I've got a prototype. Woo! Oh. So let's talk a little bit about ride quality, shall we? Let's start with the contact points. With the grips here, they're not lock-on. I kind of wish they were. I hope they will be in the production model. These are fairly cheap, and you can't really replace this because the throttle's kind of built onto it. But I kind of wish they were lock-on grips, you know? So I'm probably gonna give the grips 6 or 7 out of 10. Not the best. The seat, super soft, super wide, very cushy. Not the best bike to pedal on, but it's comfortable nonetheless. And the pedals, well, the pedals are cheap, generic pedals, right? 20 bucks on Amazon will get you something much, much nicer. I don't really want to touch on the bar and stem because I know that your production model, when you order one, will be a little bit different. Mine here's got a very long stem, mountain bike bars. The bars are great. The stem, if it was my bike, I would definitely shorten this up and then maybe get some higher rise bars. I like, for a bike like this to cruise around, I like being a little bit more upright, you know? As far as ride quality for the frame, I can't give this bike a 10 out of 10 as far as the suspension goes, simply because it's just too soft. The rear feels great, and you've got an air adjustable shock in the back, but not the front. I've bottomed out the front on everything that I've done as far as mountain bike and trail. Every single obstacle, every single jump, every single bump that I've tried to bounce this thing off of, I've bottomed the fork out. So I hope they give you something nicer for front suspension. And the rear, I hope that Heybike does something here with the rear. Check this out. The valve here doesn't give you much room against the frame to get your pump in there. So having like a little 90-degree adapter would be so helpful to get the shock tuned up. I hope they can come up with something, because this valve right now is really hard to get to and kind of useless in its current position. Just my 2 cents. As far as everything else, I mean, the bike feels solid, right? It's carbon fiber, so that feels a little bit different. It's flexy in spots. They say it's compliant. I've never ridden an e-bike before with a carbon fiber frame, so this is very new to me. The frame feels a little flexy in some spots, but carbon fiber is a different beast. They make it compliant in certain areas just for ride comfort, and then they make it super stiff in other areas for frame durability, right? So it's totally different. It just changes the ride characteristics altogether. It's pretty cool. And the motor, I mean, I can touch on the motor and battery. For now, you know, I've done 6 or 7 miles. My battery is still at full. The motor feels awesome. This is by far the most powerful 48 volt motor I have ever felt. It's got a ton of torque. You guys saw how easily I got on and off the beach with this bike. 1,000 watts and 100 Newton meters on a 48 volt motor. I have never felt anything that powerful for a 48 volt system. Very, very nice. And the Bluetooth connectivity with the app is really cool. You can track your ride with GPS. You can go inside your bike settings and tune all of your pedal assist modes, limit the speeds. You can unrestrict the bike. You can do a ton of things with the app. So super cool, not necessary, but a nice addition nonetheless, right? For a $2,000 e-bike, it's nice to have. Let's see how it does in the grass. Man, I can't feel anything. This is so smooth. Jump here. Woo! And do the drop here. Oh yeah. Nice. So, $1,000,000 question. Who do I think the Heybike Hero is going to be for? In my opinion, it's going to be for someone who is kind of an adrenaline junkie, because any bike that goes over 30 miles an hour is a ton of fun to ride, and it's really hard not to push it to over 30 miles every time you swing a leg over it. And the other person I think would really fit this bike very well is a bigger, heavier person. Simply because the frame is a little bit long. It's a big bike, right? And it's got a ton of power. So if you're a bigger rider, don't even bother looking at any other 48 volt bike. You need something like this. You guys saw how easily it went through that super loose sand on the beach. 100 Newton meters, ton of torque, and a ton of power. It just ate that up, no problems. And the other person that's gonna suit this bike is someone that just wants a bike that looks unique. I have never ever seen a bike, an e-bike, that looks like this. Carbon fiber, sweet linkage out back. This is as unique as it gets. So if you want a bike that turns heads, this is what you want. It's okay, I'm not that scary. So if you want to check out the Heybike Hero, I've got a link for it in the description box. And hopefully the nice people at Heybike are nice enough to give me a discount code to help you guys even further with the price. I really appreciate you guys clicking on that link. It really helps the channel grow and get more awesome, cool bikes like this. I want to thank all the people at Heybike for making this happen. Thank you for sending this bike out. I had an absolute blast riding this thing today, and hopefully if you guys order one, you guys will too. But if the Heybike Hero is not the bike for you, that's okay. Maybe the bike in this video will be more what you're looking for. I'll see you guys over there.